Let me show you this clip, the first story.
Back to January 2020, when God gave Craig and I the exact same message at the exact same time that was so powerful and clear that it seemed to be an audible voice. Here's the story. So we used to live in St. Charles, Missouri. Craig was getting ready to retire after working at his company for 37 years. And we also owned 35 acres of remote wooded wilderness in southeast Missouri that we were setting up as an off-grid property. So we spent the weekends there building a couple of cabins and learning how to live off-grid. We set up solar power, rain catchment systems, composting toilet, a gravity-fed watering system for our garden. Our plan was to move there and to live off-grid after Craig retired. So we believed that God was directing us to learn how to live as sustainably as possible. And we worked tirelessly to get ready for this. And then came January 2020. We were visiting Craig's family in Florida. It was our last night there, and Craig's son-in-law casually mentioned that there was a house and a farm next to their property in southwest Missouri that just went up for sale. The next moment after he said this, something incredible happened that has never happened to Craig and I before or since, and it may never happen again with such miraculous clarity and power in our lifetime. That moment, God told me, and he told Craig, the exact same message at the same time. And here's what he said.
Sell everything you own and move to southwest Missouri.
His voice was loud, and it was so powerful that we both knew in that instant not only exactly what God had said, but we each also knew that God had told the other one the same message. And so in that moment, we looked at each other and we both said in unison, we're supposed to sell everything and move to southwest Missouri. And Craig's family, who were sitting there at the table with us, were like, what in the world just happened? We were both so certain of what God had told us that immediately after we returned home, we began the process of selling everything, our home in St. Charles, all of our land, our cabins, and everything that we had, and move to southwest Missouri to set up a homestead there. This was completely different than our plan. Totally out of our comfort zone to sell everything in our mid-50s and early 60s and start over again somewhere new. It was a difficult, exhausting process, but we were both so positive of God's direction that neither of us ever wavered or doubted. Today, we've been here 2.5 years and we love it. God has blessed us so much. We found the perfect property to set up our homestead. We now have over 200 animals, goats, sheep, rabbits, ducks, and quail and chickens, and we are raising and growing most of our own food. We are experiencing our homesteading, sustainable living dream much more comfortably and easily than our own plan had been. God truly knows the best plan for us, much better than we know ourselves.
So we've been here 4 years now, and we have over 300 animals, but we love it. We love it. It's a lot of work, but we love it. This is just the best way to live. I'm telling you, when you are living in such harmony with God's creation and being a steward of all of these animals that God has given us. And it's just an amazing way to live, just in such close partnership with creation as God created people to live, I believe. But anyway, it's just so amazing. And but the experience that I tell about here, where God told both Craig and I the same message verbatim at the same time, that was incredible. What an incredible experience. The moving process, all of that was difficult. It was very difficult. We had a couple of properties to sell. Then we moved, didn't know where we were going to live, totally out of our comfort zone. But because God gave us such a big message in such a very, very clear way, huge way, it gave us motivation so that we could keep doing it. We knew what God said, no matter what. We knew what he told us. And so we immediately started doing what he told us to do. And now we've been here 4 years, and over now there have been thousands and thousands of signs and proofs and confirmations that this is exactly what God wanted us to do, that we really did hear him and acted on it, which took some courage. And, wow, he's blessed us so much. Now, we have never had anything like that before or since. And like I say in the video, we might never experience anything like that again. That's how big that sign was. But God's signs don't need to be that big.
you.